did want to share our family's journey with Lennox-Gastaut syndrome, what we faced, what we lost, and what we must do better, because we did face a lot of challenges along the way. These are my 4 points for what I think is very important that we need to address. But most importantly, I wanted to introduce you to my son, Matthew. He began having seizures. He's so beautiful, isn't he? He began having seizures the first week of life. They became more severe and more complex. Like many parents, I searched endlessly for answers. You know, because as a mom, we're supposed to solve all this stuff. Staying up late, I was reading, learning, and I kept asking again and again, could this be LGS? Everything I was reading pointed to that. I brought those questions to our doctors, and I was pointing to his EEG and the symptoms that I was seeing, and I asked if we could look at it. The response that I received was, we're treating the seizures and the label doesn't matter. But it did matter. It matters a lot, because a diagnosis opens up to a pathway, and without it, we're simply guessing. And that's what it felt like for Matthew. For 14 years, we cycled through medications, surgeries, therapies with no clear direction. Nothing worked for longer than a few months, even with all the medications that we have. It wasn't until we changed specialists that I finally saw the words Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. But again, it wasn't said out loud. It was written in a summary after our first visit. That's how I found out. And by then, we had lost time that we could not get back. To be fair to the provider, they thought that I had already known the diagnosis, which I did inside, but not officially. In 2013, I witnessed SUDEP steal my boy. Sudden, unexplained death in epilepsy. Another question that I had asked, I'd never heard this term from any doctor, but I had read about it. And I swore that I was the one in control, and this would never happen to my family. I only learned about it late at night, reading alone. And you know what? Our family should never be in the dark about something so serious. We don't need to be protected from the truth. We need the information to protect our children. Even after diagnosis, treatment felt like throwing darts in the dark. There were no clear guidelines, and I realized that something else was available when my youngest son, who's not in these slides, he's just as beautiful, was diagnosed with Ewing's sarcoma, a rare bone cancer. With cancer, we had a roadmap. There were evidence-based steps, there was a team approach, and the contrast was stark, and it was heartbreaking. But now I can say, like with people work with Tracy and everything, the efforts at the LGS Foundation, our Learn from Every Patient database, and our Consensus Opinion Project, I'm so excited about both, we're changing that. But we need everyone at this table, clinicians, researchers, families. We need the voices of everyone. Families aren't just along for the ride, we're in it every hour of every day. We bring lived experience, we bring determination, and we want to learn from the professionals in our team that we've built, and we deserve to be partners in care. So here's what I hope you'll take with you. Diagnose earlier. Time matters. We lost 14 years without having a diagnosis. Have the hard conversations, including SUDEP and the risks. Tell us what you know and what you don't know, because the truth empowers us. Let's end the guessing game. Together we can do that. Invest in data, real-world evidence, and treatment standards. Let's do it together. Work as one team, doctors, researchers, families, sharing knowledge for those who come next, so no one else has to do this. We can't fix what we don't name. We can't improve what we don't measure. And we must never let another family face LGS alone. And I really want to say, I want to thank you all for being in this room, because I know everybody in this room, your heart is in the right place, and we all want the same things, and that we all come at it from a different perspective, which is great. You've listened to the reality of LGS, and the work you do to improve outcomes is amazing. And as Fred mentioned, don't forget about day 3. Day 3 is where the action takes place. So let's do this together. Thank you. Hold on. Now, instead of me leaving, I have the extreme pleasure of introducing the speaker, who you've already met, and everyone knows him. His expertise and leadership are truly exceptional. He serves as the head of neurosciences and the vice president of faculty and development at Cook Children's. He's also a valued member of our MSAC, our Medical Science Advisory Council. You're an incredible advocate and someone whose dedication to our mission has been nothing short of inspiring. In addition to all that, he's the current president of PERC and brings a wealth of knowledge and passion to everything he does. And because he found a little extra time in his schedule, he's the new incoming president of the Child Neurology Foundation's Board of Directors. We're thrilled to have him leading what promises to be an amazing session today. And on a personal note, I want to extend my deepest thank you for your support and your guidance in the planning of this meeting, because I couldn't have done it without you, and it truly came together in an amazing way. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Scott Perry.